Everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today we got a brand new trailer for Jurassic World Dominion. And yeah, like I said with the Lightyear trailer, we are approaching that time of the year when more and more trailers are going to be released, and obviously the Super Bowl is coming up in just a couple of days. I know we got, I think Jordan Peele's next movie is going to be having a trailer. Doctor Strange is going to have another trailer. So you know, a lot of exciting stuff happening just in the next couple days, but here we got another one dropping. Some of them are dropping early, so you know, it'll give me time to actually react to these things. And yeah, here we have it, Jurassic World Dominion, and then after this we'll talk about all my thoughts on everything. Here we go.
I wanted to show them something that wasn't an illusion.
Okay, I like the way this is. I already like this. Like cowboys on a ranch, but instead with these things. I don't know the name of these dinosaurs.
Something that they could see and touch.
Dang.
Creation is an act of sheer.
There's Blue and then a baby raptor Blue. I hope nothing happens to that baby. Nothing better happen to that baby.
We'll find a way.
I like the logo. It's all amber.
Can't keep her here forever.
Is that?
Find her. We're never gonna see her again. We gotta protect her. That's our job.
Is that a daughter? Did they have a daughter? Or no. That's the. Is that the girl? In the last movie, the clone girl.
We created an ecological disaster.
Yeah. It's crazy. Oh, hey, look.
Ellie Sattler.
Alan Grant.
Chewie, we're home.
You didn't come out all this way just to catch up now, did you?
You coming or what?
Dang. Bring them all back. Right?
We're racing toward the extinction of our species.
Snap. Ooh.
We not only
That's...
lack dominion over nature,
Hey, look. Both of them come back.
we're
That's cool.
subordinate to it.
Hey, it looks like they're going all over the world. This is like a global adventure. Look at that thing. All the feathers. Okay.
Come back.
I always come back.
Oh, snap. In
That's another plane, right?
they're in a
Not
plane.
exactly.
Oh man. Oh, those things. Jurassic Park 3. Those guys. Whoa. That.
Don't move.
Why do they always have to go bigger?
Okay, so is that another hybrid, or is that just a? It didn't look like just a T-Rex. It looks like something new again, and something new again. Okay, June 10th in theaters. I'm glad they're saying that in theaters. Yeah. Okay, that looks pretty awesome, actually. Yeah, look. You know, Jurassic Park is one of those franchises where I feel like the fan base and the general audiences, as long as they learn to accept a couple of truths, then you can enjoy these franchises a lot more than some people seem to. One of those truths being, none of these movies, not even Jurassic Park 2, Lost World, or Jurassic Park 3, none of these movies are ever going to live up to that original movie. Okay? And once you accept that, once you process that in your brain, accept it as reality, it is a fact, then suddenly you're kind of open up to, you know what, I can have fun with these movies. As long as they're entertaining and they're fun, that's all that really matters. This doesn't have to be some kind of like important legacy movie that's like, it has to be as good as the original one, or it's trash. It's like, no, let's have fun with it. And you know what, I have had fun with especially the first Jurassic World. I thought that was really fun. Jurassic World 2, what was even the Fallen Kingdom, that one was interesting. It had a lot of good parts, but I don't know. I think because like it ended up being stuck in this mansion, and people were like auctioning off the dinosaurs. It's like I liked a lot of the ideas in Fallen Kingdom. The ideas were really interesting, but ultimately I was like, it's okay, I guess. I don't know. The ending was not as epic as it tried to be, but like I said, the ideas were cool. But the best thing about Fallen Kingdom is that it ended kind of in a place where I feel like this should have been the second movie, where the dinosaurs are loose now and they're everywhere, and you know, this is more of a global catastrophe almost, that human beings, the entire world as human beings, we all have to adapt with the fact that now these giant creatures are everywhere. Like literally, like these, you know, these theme park monsters are just everywhere in nature, and they're in the wild, and you can go camping or you can go just anywhere and you'll randomly run into a giant goddamn dinosaur, you know? And that's really the most interesting thing that they can do with this franchise, and I'm glad that it definitely seems like we're doing that. You know, we're going, like, it looks like we're in several different parts of the, not just America, but like other countries. Like, this doesn't look like America. This is, where's this, Italy? You know, like it looks like they're just going from place to place. I don't know what they're specifically doing, but they're handling dinosaurs in one way or another. Yeah, it looks like Chris Pratt's character and Bryce Dallas Howard's. Is this the clone girl from the last movie? Or is this like a daughter? I can't tell if that's the same girl or not. I'm gonna say that it's actually the clone girl, because that was another thing, an interesting idea. Again, a lot of interesting ideas in Fallen Kingdom. They introduced this girl who turned out to be a clone, because they have cloning technology, obviously. Like, that's how they're making the dinosaurs in the first place, is by cloning frog DNA, right? And they're making, you know, putting that in with the dino DNA and genetic sequencing and all that stuff, right? So it's like, yeah, of course they could. I guess they could have made human clones at any time. It's just no one in this franchise has ever decided to do that until this little girl, who I'm assuming that is. Also, this thing is really cool. So this, I don't, look, it looks like a raptor, but again, I'm not like I don't know my dinosaurs that well. You know, I can't just look at a dinosaur and say, oh, well, that's the something saurus, you know? But if this is just a raptor, but this one has all its feathers, what I do like about that is that, you know, what they, I don't know how many years, I'm assuming that this is at least a couple years after Fallen Kingdom. You know, these movies all seem to do that. They seem to like skip a couple years, you know, so maybe it's been like 4 or 5 years. And they're just like, now like people are still semi-adapting to this just being a thing on the planet Earth that exists again. But maybe the raptors are like, oh, they're slowly evolving to real raptors, because that's another thing that like they've brought up in these movies a couple times. But I feel like most people, when they talk about these movies, and they're like, oh, well, they're just dinosaurs that they came back. It's like, well, not exactly. But you know, like that's the thing to remember. The explanation for why, you know, some of these dinosaurs don't look scientifically accurate, you know, it was because, oh, well, at the time, back in the 90s, they didn't have everything discovered. Obviously, they've made discoveries since then. But also, the in-universe explanation is because they used frog DNA to basically replace some of the genetic code that they didn't have. It has altered the way that the dinosaurs looked, even in the original movies. So none of those dinosaurs look the way that real, actual dinosaurs from millions of years ago would have looked. You know, they're slightly off because they're, you know, they're actually all hybrids with frog DNA, you know? So all those dinosaurs in those original Jurassic Park movies, they're all like half frog, you know? So that is like the big explanation there. Now, of course, they go further with that in the last couple of Jurassic World movies, that like, okay, well, why stop there? Why stop with frogs? Let's keep on putting different stuff in there. And that's how you, of course, got the Indominus Rex, where it's like, we put some snake, we put some Komodo dragon, we put all kinds of stuff in there, you know? And that's basically been the idea. So this thing here, either this thing is like a even further hybrid, or it's actually regressing back to, you know, maybe this thing was born, it's like, oh, the next generation of these science experiments actually are more pure dino somehow. Somehow they're actually like more original, like this, they look more like original dinosaurs than, you know, the versions that they created in a lab, you know, which would be an interesting idea of kind of like, oh, life finds a way, nature's purifying itself, you know, the next generations, you know, even though this might not even be scientifically makes sense, but you know, it would be a cool idea if like, yeah, the next generations of dinosaurs will be more like the original actual dinosaurs. Look at this thing, my god, this thing's huge. Anyways, yeah, so this is the kind of stuff that I've always wanted to see from this franchise, is like, what they could essentially do is show us a worldwide disaster movie that is kind of like a nature documentary of like, here's some humans fishing in their boat, and then the giant dinosaur comes, and it's like, I don't know what the plot of this movie is, you know, I don't know what kind of a plot this movie could have, right? Because it's like, think about this for a minute. They have all of our main characters, right? They have literally everyone who's ever been a main character in this franchise. They're pretty much all back, right? You know, even those original trio, right? Here's my thing, is like, there's no fixing this, really. You know what I mean? Presumably, it has been several years, and these dinosaurs are all over the globe. You know, by now, some of them are in different countries, and, you know, like, they're just everywhere now, right? That definitely seems to be the way they're showing this. And if that's the case, then this movie it wouldn't make sense for this movie to somehow end with like, and then there were no more dinosaurs and the world was saved. It's like that, well, that doesn't make sense. You know, how would 6 humans even accomplish something like that, you know, if this is like a worldwide catastrophe? So I don't know what the plot of this movie is gonna be. You know, I don't think it's gonna be like, and then they stopped dinosaurs from ever existing and then it's over, they saved the day. It's like, no, I don't think this ends like that. This might actually end the opposite way. Maybe there's no more humans at the end of it. But in any case, I'm really excited by this. A lot of it is stuff that I've wanted to see for a while. And yeah, look, the original trio being back, yes, there's some really obvious like Star Wars parallels here, where it's like, okay, here's the sequel trilogy, and then the original people come back. You know, and all this and that, right? I think the big difference here, though, is that, you know, these new Jurassic World characters, they've already had 2 movies all to themselves, and the original cast isn't really coming back until I know Jeff Goldblum was in the second movie for like 10 seconds, but you know, the original cast isn't really coming back until the 3rd and final entry. So it's almost like a complete inversion of the sequel trilogy, you know, because the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, the original trio came back, and then, you know, kind of one by one, they all kind of got knocked off, right? Like, they're gone, right? So, you know, they're just kind of doing the reverse. It's like they weren't there, and now here at the end they are. So, I don't know. Maybe this will end up being the smarter way of doing that, you know? It's like, bring them in at the end, not at the beginning. That way, Chris Pratt's character and Bryce Dallas Howard's character, it's like they don't have to fight for the spotlight, you know, because they've already had 2 movies to like have the spotlight. So now the audience knows them, you know. Either way, really cool, really exciting. You know what? I enjoy these movies. They're fun. They just have to be dinosaurs being entertaining and fun. They're allowed to be cheesy and have some comedy and stuff like that. Some of them are better than others, obviously. But you know what? This one looks a lot better than the second one, and it's generally given me what I've always wanted. Like, what's going on here? Are these tiny little flying dinosaurs? What's happening here? Let me see. Oh yeah, something's going on there. Interesting. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think, and we will have more movie trailers coming really soon. I'm expecting to have at least like 4 or 5 big trailers to sit down and react to. It's just that time of year again. I know there's like a long like months long thing of like no trailers to react to. Not really, nothing like too exciting, you know. But yeah, I'm glad we're here, we're back, we're doing it. Jurassic World Dominion. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.